Previously on the last episode.
In Berlin, the Germans will truly see what they have unleashed. In the midst of all the blood,
What the fuck did you send me?
I found that an old friend was still very much alive. Dmitri Petrenko.
He died like a dog.
At the time at the siege of Stalingrad. As long as he lives, the heart of this army cannot be broken. He makes us all proud.
Okay, we're skipping this. Continue on the video.
My beloved, I write these lines with my hands still trembling from the cold, old front and the heat of what we have seen. Becoming I go again to Stalingrad, and the thought of leaving you makes the war small enough to hold a single prayer. There are orders from above that makes men step where a man's heart would now go. It's dangerous. Know that my silence is to protect you and keep what is worse than lodging at night. I am now applied to the peril. The city will be the sharpness, and I believe you left by chance. A cherub who names of my men, like lanterns, when pray to see the ball.
Retreat! Fall back!
By orders of Comrade Stalin, all who retreat are traitors to the motherland! Turn back and fight, damn you! Fire! They were warned! Now, attack!
Bonjour, you are Bushi.
Das machen wir! Jawohl, machen wir! Wir sollen das Dorf wiedernehmen! Macht bereit für den Gegenangriff!
Meanwhile.
Woher kommt die Schießerei?
Mein Führer, darf ich Ihnen zum Geburtstag gratulieren? Mein Führer, das Zentrum von Berlin steht unter Artilleriebeschuss. Granaten sind in dichter Folge am Brandenburger Tor, am Reichstag und bis hin zum Bahnhof Friedrichstraße eingeschlagen.
Von wo kommt der Beschuss?
Mein Führer, wir haben noch keine Meldung. Ich spreche gerade mit Koller.
Koller, geben Sie mir Koller. Koller. Sie wissen, dass Berlin unter Artilleriefeuer liegt.
I am not coming. I'm busy at the moment.
Hören Sie den Beschuss nicht?
Well, what do you expect? I'm on my day off, man. I can't be able to show up to the front eastern line without my guys.
Die Russen sollen eine Eisenbahnbrücke über die Oder haben.
Yeah, no wonder. That's what I'm doing at the moment. Secondly, I can't do Chapter 2 while fighting against Prava in the front lines, man. I mean, Ranger managed to do that. He managed to cross to the Soviet Union undetected, man. Like, unless you know what to do such situation, I need my own guys, the Oberkommandos, so I can fight in the front lines.
Das sind ja nur 12 Kilometer bis zum Stadtkern. Ist der Russe schon so nah? Man müsste die ganze Luftwaffenführung sofort aufhängen!
Nighttime here. I know things got it. What happened between me and Hitler, which, to be honest, he called me. I'm on my break, but I'm currently on my way, heading towards. Let me see what location that he sent me to. It's I'm heading to one of the Russians' place. I can't pronounce it, but anyway. While we're heading there, and while I'm going to get to play with my troops there, let me explain to you about Chapter 2, about what's happening. For the last chapter, if you guys haven't heard, please check out the last video that I explained Chapter 1. For today, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we're talking about Girls of Panzer. Not the regular one. We all know what Girls of Panzer what I'm talking about. Yep, that's one. But anyway, we all know what really happened in Chapter 1. I'm not going to do a recap. If you want to recap, please look at the comic dub. Yes, there's a comic dub for this. I am not going to show it. I don't want this channel to get demonetized by copyright. So, I will link the comic dub in the description below. Please check that out. Right now, I'm doing my own version of the cover of Chapter 2. Redlin Ranger covered his, so if you want to see his video will also be in the description down below. Now that's out of the way, let's get into my version, the review of Chapter 2 about a problem. Well, not a review, it's like a recap. But anyway. The chapter begins up in, well, Soviet Union, or like I will say, Deprava. We see a family being escorted out to the snowy field. However, in that snowy field, we see Katusha among the officer of the Novatic, or NKVD. She's there chewing on a piece of bread, while the senior officer in that group says that there's a family member missing out there. Which I gotta say, most common of the Soviet Union, what they did back then, justifying out the traitors. Later on, Katusha went in and finds Nana there, hiding amongst the wreckages of her home. Katusha promised Nana if she wants to give her the freedom of be free. And hold on, Reich!
What the hell are you doing?
What? Man, sorry, the director just kind of called in. Just kind of, just sort of figured that this whole thing is a flop now, and I think this is it's just not gonna work out. So if
What do you
you
mean
don't
it's not
mind,
gonna
I'm
work
just
out?
gonna.
Wait, you signed the waiver.
No, a waiver? No, but like you see, just contractual disagreements and all of that. Don't worry, we'll settle it out in court. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna,
To be honest, this page, well, Nana and Katusha, I'll say it's a common thing, but not a common. It's just like Katusha wanted Nana to pledge her allegiance to her. So, that's a thing. But anyway, moving on. Ever since that, we get another panel years prior, or is it years or months? We see Nana now fully pledged to Katusha, who's now supportive of the Soviet Union at the time. She's amongst the officer ranks. Later, then, in the next one, we see Nana there giving a speech about how great is Katusha is at, causing all the uproars of the girls, and then we see Nana pointing out one of the supposedly prisoners, or people who are not allied to Katusha, down. Which, again, Soviets did that back then. I don't know why she did point that guy out. I mean, I'm curious what the guy did. Probably said nothing good to Katusha, but who knows. Next, we get a next line of Nana walking down to meet with Katusha. She then greets Katusha with the other high-ranking officer of the Soviets. However, Katusha gave her a proposal to prove her loyalty by stripping down and jumping into the pit of fire, wanting to see if Nana die in the fire for her. Which, again, not gonna make a Star Wars reference again, due to Red Ranger stealing that line and using it twice.
At least he didn't end up like that one traitor of Jedi Knight, chosen one, who ended up getting burned alive while he was in Mustafar.
Oh, I hate you.
That's the second time I made a reference to Preventers.
Fuck you. Sorry. Sorry, Ranger. No hate. But anyway, back on topic. Yeah, Katusha, fire, Nana. Yeah. Anyway, wait. 78 million? Nana stole $78 million from the school. Huh. At least she... I mean, how did she... What? How did she get that much money, though? Well, well, I'm not in that part of that school affiliated with her. If I was affiliated with that school, well, we all know how that's gonna be if I find out that she stole that much money from me.
Admit it. We're after the location of the legacy. The
secret fund established by the three great powers during the 2 world wars. That's what you're looking for, isn't it? $100 billion, divided up and hidden all over the world. And you're looking for a record of where all that money is hidden, right?
Yeah, totally. We'll do that 100%. But anyway, moving on. Nana gave Katusha the one last look before later on, Nana then decided to go, "Oorah!" and jump to the fire. Later, below, thinking that she'd die right there, the fire was then extinguished the moment she jumped in. Which in truth, it was just a test. A loyalty test. Talk about like throwing off to test someone's loyalty and throw them into the pit of fire. Again, not making a Star Wars reference because someone stole it. But I have no references to make. Moving on. After the loyalty test, we get another panel of Nana meeting up with Katusha again in the private quarters of a room. From there, we see a young Soviet officer there. He was there expressing his desire, and next thing you know it, he started, essaying her as he started groping Nana's... I can't even say it. Nor I cannot show you of what the guy did to Nana because, again, I cannot show it. After the whole thing, we see a brief panel of the iconic Katusha riding Nana's back. Of course, Katusha asks Nana if she's angry at her, which Nana denies that, but says that she has any regrets or hatred towards Katusha. Then later on, Katusha then promotes Nana as her second command. Interesting. Much more faster than any other promotions I'll see for after getting raped. I should say that. Damn! Now we get to the second match, where we get to meet Anchovy. Mostly Anchovy give the speech of how her school is going to win. Next thing you know it, many people are not disagreeing with her. Well, not agreeing with her, just mostly disapprove of the idea of how she's going to lead the target match. Next thing you know it, a few minutes later, we see Anchovy now hanging by her feet. The same treatment that she's getting from Mussolini. Which I gotta say, Italians. Am I right? After that, we then see the brief panel of the girls in Overwrite. They're so happy that they didn't get to defend Anchovy. Well, Anzo, which I gotta say, it would have been a pretty awful match. We all know what's gonna happen to all the Italian tanks with the Overwrite girls tanks. I mean, I am not seriously Italian tanks are not superior in any way. I experienced that myself. Even other historians agree. For example, oversimplified. You know how Mussolini only had trouble conquering stuff? The only way he conquered one country was very simple because they have low technology and low any materials that they had before the beginning of World War II. Yeah, here's a clip of Oversimplified saying that.
Somewhere which is so underdeveloped that the people would be defending themselves against our tanks with literal bows and arrows and wooden spears? Oh, there is? Fantastic. And so he took it.
Yeah, anyway, moving on. After that, we then see the girls wondering if they could beat Prava, which, to be honest, Russia against a 6-man team? Nah. No, they didn't want to make it. So Miho decided to get some help. The only help that she could look for is going to her old school, Kurome. But instead of hoping for her sister, being in her fine physical form after what just happened to them, turns out Erica took over, which we see the panel here is showing Erica taking care of Maho, who is now broken after what happened to her after her capture. Of course, we see Erica feeding Maho, and then, oh my god, what is going on with my best girl Maho? Maho, What are you doing? No! Oh my god, Maho! No! I just.
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
But anyway, moving on. But after that, Erica meets Miho outside the medical tent where Maho was at. Of course, Erica was displeased to see Miho again after what happened and her leaving Kurme. But however, Miho wants to talk to her sister, but Erica refuses. And man, look at the German soldier. He looks stripped out. Well, despite her being looking like that, but come on, German officers look stripped. For example, him. This dude is horrifying me here. Oh my god. But yeah, after that, then we didn't see the girls heading to Prava for their third match. However, some of the girls started to mess around. Like, for example, the Anteater team. They started messing around with a sniper rifle they have and shot one of the local cows. Not gonna look good for the farmers there for seeing their cow was shot. Pretty sure that wasn't John Dutton's cow. But anyway, during that, the girls are starting resting just before the match. However, as they're resting, one of the girls, the rest of the girls of the team, decide to, well, do some inappropriate stuff between Miho and Yukari, forcing them to naked dance. I am not showing that because, God, it sounds. Oh God, I am not showing it. Here's a fish dance. Here. Yeah, so apparently after that, the girls realized that if what they have done, and they have quickly apologized to Miho, because, to be honest, some of the girls suggest was terrible. Like, you want to grow up, you guys humiliate your commander, and then want to fight afterwards? Yeah. And hearing you guys' plan? No. I mean, look at my guys up here. At least they know what they're doing. For example, I use Fallschirmjägers. And and here's one of the guys that I fought against with here in Company Heroes 2. Charlesor. Charles, what do you think of me using the Fallschirmjägers? What do you think about them?
Wanna know what I think about the Fallschirmjägers? I think they fucking suck! Like, what the fuck? I'm just trying to, like move some, engineer group around so I can, set up some, like a little base defense there so I can keep you out of my fucking place. But no! There's a fucking guns. They're just like fucking anti-material rifles. Like, what the fuck? I look away for, 2 seconds and the squad of 4 is just gone. Why? Why would they think about doing that? Why did they think about doing that?
Yeah, see what I did to him? Yeah, I broke him. But anyway, moving on. Then we get at the church area at the anime show where the girls are at. However, they're trying to keep their vehicles warm so they could at least have a fighting chance against a heavy snowstorm or blizzard. However, they send Yukikari, Edwin, and Sodoku out, which turns out Sodoku didn't last that long after having her brain freeze over the blizzard, which later Sodoku died from the cold. Common thing that happened during the Eastern Front between the Soviets and the Germans, since both sides suffered the cold front. But anyway, moving on, we see we drifted back to the panel again with the girls until suddenly, as they're trying to keep their tanks warm, this happened. So after that, the girls then had to leave one of their tanks behind since the whole Mallard teams were dead. Sadly, to see a group of girls that we just barely know, like the Anteater team, die in the first half of the manga here. But anyway, we go on to the next scene, showing them now engaging against Prava tanks. Alright was doing so fine until then. Oh, yeah. yeah, they're actually doing fine. Jesus. There's a lot of Soviet things that was showed. But anyway. As they were holding off, somehow another group of tanks were being hit from the right. Lo and behold, Kurume came to help. Yep. Katusha never thought Kurume will be involved in this match. So she tried to focus fire on the left side where the enemies were at. Next thing you know it became bloodshed. Takes both sides of Kurume and Prava were killing each other. Erica wants revenge against Katusha of what they did to Maho. Next, you know it, we got Katusha wanting, how you say it, wanted to kill them all. Anyway, next, moving on, we see Nana firing at one of the Ori's tank, which kills the remaining Anteater's team, which I gotta say goes back to my original point. This author really kills off the characters that we know of. God. During the bloodshed of what's happening from both sides, we see Nana looking out the views of her tank, seeing those who were retreating getting shot. Which again, common Soviet tactics of the no step back, because of the Soviets needed to win against the Germans during the Eastern Front. After that, Nana ran out trying to convince Katusha to end this match. Lo and behold, Katusha refused. She refused until then Nana pulls a gun on Katusha, saying to call off a ceasefire. Katusha refused. The next thing you know, Nana did this.
Your pieces.
My gun.
Oh.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang! Wow. Bang! Well, I don't see so good, so I missed. Then they ran away. I ran after them.
Okay.
Bang! Try to shoot them in the back. But I don't run so good either. Anyway, you guys all think I'm a hero, and I'll accept that responsibility.
Now, weren't you concerned, though, that an innocent bystander may have...
Crime in this city is out of control. Thank God I went down to Gunther's Guns and picked up a spare. I don't think one would have done it. I'm gonna go out and buy some more.
Okay.
And I think you should too. Don't be a victim. It's time to fight back.
Just like that, after killing Katusha, Nana then called the ceasefire, knowing she's at next of command. Judge calls it, awarding Ori the win. Of course, Ori and the others were happy. Next thing you know, after the match, a single gunshot rang out, and we see Nana taking her own life, because she couldn't bear the guilt of what she done. After the match, we see one of the Kurume girls asking Miho to surrender all Prava prisoners to them. Miho refused so because showing her humanity and her of the way of a good human being of not sending Kurume the prisoners that Ori have. The reason why Miho did that because she knows what the Kurume did back then during when she and her sister were in. But however, during their school's 9-win streak, Miho didn't realize what their school has been doing, which we will continue later on. But overall, here's my actual review with this. Jesus Christ, dude! Were those deaths really necessary, dude? We got the Mallard team dead due to one freezing to death, two getting sniped. Then we got the Anteater team, one getting sniped, trying to counter snipe, but she couldn't pull the trigger. And then the rest of the crew later die in the match. And then we get more of what happened later on of this, what I just covered. Yet again, this guy doesn't rate any of the girls of Panzer. We never got to know these girls in this manga or story. Which, I gotta say, dark twist. But I did get the references of what the guy made. Oh, but either way, the story is great, but honestly, it could have done better. At least, less of the hentai such. I mean, seriously, I'm not like a gooner, which my friend here, Evans, is. But either way, the story is... Oh, God. But that's all what I can do. That's all the video. that what I had to say. I've already put that out there. If you want to learn more of it, do it on your own. Like, read the story on your own, because I recommend you not to. All right? I got many complaints of others, nor, like, don't want to speak it out to other anime lover fans who love the show of Girls of Panzer. Which, again, these people, or this guy, the author who wrote this, needs to chill out with the hentai and such. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to clear my phone history just because I searched most of these images on the website I ain't supposed to be in. Now I gotta have to clear my search history because of that. Oh my god. Either way, that is all I had to say. I'll see you guys. Hang on. Calling me here now. Hello? Oh, hey, Miss Hitler. How you doing? Doing fine, Uh-huh. Wait, hold on. What do you mean I had to go back to Berlin? I thought Berlin's being defended by Steiner. Isn't he launching his counterattack? What do you mean he's not launching his counterattack? Oh, what do you need me? I'm busy doing it at the Western Front. Hey, I did you that one favor against Prava. Wait, what do you mean Maho's and the other girls in Kurume's over there? Whoa, wait, hold on. What's going on? No. Hitler, what's going on over there? Why am I being called back? What do you need? You need me for the special mission. What's going on? Who's he?
Meanwhile...
Dude, they are lifelike. It is really crazy.
Like, they're even moving, like, pretty insane. They pulled, like, stuff up to their faces. Like, I
Again,
think that one's
they're
even
really
sweating.
good with those springs.
Like,
It's
that
a
one's
wonder,
even sweating
really.
right there. Like, he's got a bedroll on. Like, that was insane attention to detail. I didn't think they would have the resources for that.
Yeah, I see that. It's definitely a scarecrow, though. Anyway,
Yeah, that's a scarecrow.
they're in that corn, 100%.
Yeah.
A lead shot? I don't have a vaccination on me.
You fax that? Wait, no,
What? I can't fax somebody a vaccine, sadly. The technology.
Faxes haven't been invented yet, dumbass.
Alright, so are we gonna shoot these guys, or are we fucking just gonna...
What
do you want to do, Slow?
They
No,
may-
Tom
they may
just
be
said
doing-
fucking... No,
Have they messaged you
Tom,
yet?
Tom, yes, Tom. Start arguing, motherfucker!
Towards our glorious victory has been a journey of blood and brutality. All of it has been necessary. When the flag of our motherland flies atop the Reichstag, all of Berlin will know that the evil of the fascist Reich has been wiped from the face of the earth.